Здравствуйте. Hello and welcome to Russian language classroom. Before moving on, let's have a quick recap of some of the topics that we learned in the last lesson. So let's start with the irregular plurals first. In the last class, we had seen that there are certain nouns, while forming their plurals, we don't follow the prescribed rules of formation of plurals. For example, the first noun we have is Gorat, and what is the plural of Gorat? Garada, city and cities. So instead of putting here I, we are writing A, so that you have to memorize because these are exceptions. The next one was Uchichal, Uchichal teacher, and again the plural of Uchichal is not Uchichali but Uchichaliya. So again this noun you have to memorize. The next noun we have is Yablaka. Yablaka, as you can see, has O ending, but the plural of Yablaka is again irregular. So instead of putting here A, we are adding E, Yablaki. So by replacing O with E, we form the plural of Yablaka, apple, apples. What about Achets? How do we form plural of Achets? We drop this ye, which is a soft vowel, and add I. So Achets plural Atsi, Achets papa, Atsi fathers. Let's move on to the next topic we had done in the last lesson. The verb žít. Žít is to live, and how do we conjugate this verb? This is a slightly deviation from the rules of conjugations that we had done. So instead of using the root, we are adding ver, which is a consonant, to the root in order to conjugate this verb. For example, ya живу, ya живу, I live, ты живешь, он, она живет, мы живем, вы живете, они живут. So that's all about the previous lesson. Let's move on to the topics we are going to learn today. The first topic we have for today is the verbs of second conjugation. So far we have done the verbs with first conjugation. So let's see what happens when we have verbs like говорить, учить, which is different from the verbs that we have done so far. So the verb that I have written here is говорить. Говорить is to speak, and учить. Учить is to learn. So as you can see, both these verbs have similar endings, e, t and soft sign, and here also e, t and soft sign. So what happens when we have to conjugate the verbs with these endings? The conjugation that we follow for these verbs are, with ya, we drop this ending and add either u or u, depending on the case, that will describe later on. For first person singular number, we add either u or u. For first person plural number, we add im. For second person singular number, we add ish, and for second person plural number, we add iche. For third person singular number, on, ana, we add it, and for third person plural number, we add either at or yat. For example, if you want to conjugate говорит, so how will you conjugate говорит? Я говорю, я говорю, ты говоришь, он, она говорит, мы говорим, вы говорите, and ani говорят. So here we are using you and yat. Why? Because when there is ch, sh, sh or zh and any hard consonants at the end of the root, we use u with first person singular number and at for third person plural number. and if there is a soft consonant at the end of the root or any vowel, then we use you with first person singular number ya, and third person plural number we use yat. So, ya gavar you, ti gavarish, onana gavarit, mi gavarim, we gavarice, ani gavariat. Let us take the another verb uchich, which is to learn. So, how do you conjugate uchich? See, as you can see here, the last consonant that we have in the root is ch, so which is here, ch. So, after ch we use u with first person singular number. So, we will conjugate uchich as ya uchu, ti uchish, onana uchit, mi uchim, we uchiche, ani again here at, ani uchat. I will repeat it once again, ya uchu, ti uchish, onana uchit, mi uchim, we uchiche, ani uchat. So, let us repeat it once again, ya gavar you, ti gavarish, onana gavarit, mi gavarim, we gavarice, ani gavaryat. And ya uchu, ti uchish, onana uchit, mi uchim, we uchiche, ani uchat. The next topic we have for today is the case system in Russian language. This is very important topic because after this topic you will get to know the various aspects of a noun, pronoun, adjectives and other dependent parts of speech. How do you define a case? You must have heard karakas in Hindi. So, how do you understand this term karak? So, any idea? Let me explain. Case is a special grammatical category which reflects the grammatical function performed by a noun or a pronoun, adjective or participle in a phrase, clause or a sentence. Let me repeat this definition. A case is a special grammatical category which reflects the grammatical function performed by a noun, pronoun, adjective or participle in a phrase, clause or a sentence. Let me explain it on the board. I have written a sentence here. Ivan chitayat pismo. Ivan chitayat pismo. And how do you understand this sentence? Ivan, it is a name, Russian name. Chitayat reads pismo, a letter. So, Ivan reads a letter. So, here Ivan is the subject or the performer of the action which is reading, and pismo is the object on which the action is performed. So, Ivan is the subject and pismo is the object, and subject answers the question kto. So, when someone asks you kto chitayat pismo, you will answer Ivan chitayat pismo, and the object similarly answers the question shto, which is what. So, if someone asks you shto chitayat Ivan, you will answer Ivan chitayat pismo. So, as you can see, the subject is the answer of kto and pismo is the answer of shto. So, there are two interrogative pronouns answered with different nouns, and the function of this noun is the subject and the function of this noun is object. As I have already described that there is a case system in Russian language, and the cases are differentiated on the basis of the grammatical function a noun, pronoun, adjective perform in a sentence. So, and we have in Russian 6 cases, like we have 8 cases in Hindi, 7 cases in Sanskrit. The same way we have 6 cases. So, there will be 6 different grammatical functions the noun or pronoun or number perform in a sentence. Let us see one by one. For example, the first case in Russian is nominative case of noun, pronoun or adjective or number, and the questions they answer, I mean nominative case of a noun answers these questions: kto, which is for animate nouns, and shto for inanimate nouns. I have written here one masculine noun which is a name, a proper noun, Ivan, it is a Russian name, and Nina, it is again a feminine noun or feminine proper noun. Nina again a Russian name of a girl. The third one I have written a neuter gender noun Slova, which is a word. So, what grammatical function these nouns perform in a sentence? They are subjects. So, a subject is denoted by the nominative case of a noun. So, nominative case answers the questions kto and shto, who and what. The next case in Russian we have is genitive case. Genitive case answers the questions kavo and chivo. Genitive case is also known as possessive case. So, as the name suggests that possessive case denotes possession. It also denotes or describe the function possession, negation and numbers. So, these 3 functions are performed by the genitive case of nouns, and the genitive case form of Ivan will be Ivana, Nina will be Nini and Slova will be Slova. Next case we have in Russian is dative case. Dative case, the question that dative case of nouns answer is kamu chimu. Kamu chimu also describes the function which is indirect object. Indirect objects of a sentence is denoted by the dative case of nouns. So, Ivan in dative case will be Ivanu, Nina in dative case will be Nine and Slova in dative case will be Slovu. The next case in Russian is accusative case. Accusative case answers the question kavo and shto, and the grammatical function it performs is direct objects. So, the direct objects of a sentence is described by the help of accusative case of nouns, and let us again see the form of Ivan in accusative case. It becomes Ivana, Nina, Ninu and Slova, Slova. It remains Slova. The next case is instrumental case. Instrumental case itself denotes the instrument of action. So, the grammatical function it performs is instrument of action, and the question it answers is kem chem, kem chem. So, the form of Ivan in instrumental case is Ivanam, and the form of Nina in instrumental case is Ninai, O and E kratke in the end, and the form of Slova word in the instrumental case will be Slovam. And the last case in Russian we have is prepositional case. Prepositional case itself denotes that it comes after a preposition, and it answers the question akom, achom, or after va or na this case is used. So, there are 3 prepositions mainly after which this case is used, va, na or a, and the questions are akom, achom, and the grammatical function it performs is to show the location of a noun. Let us see the form of Ivan in the prepositional case. So, Ivan becomes Ivane, Nina, Nine, Slova, Slove. So, as you can see there are different forms of masculine nouns, feminine nouns and neuter nouns in different cases. So, that we will talk about in the next lessons. I have already introduced the topic, the case system in Russian language. So, let us start our first case, which is prepositional case, but before doing so, I would like you to learn a small interrogative word где. Где is where. I have written a couple of sentences with this interrogative pronoun. The first sentence I have written here is an interrogative sentence. Где mama? Where is mother? Где mama? And how do you answer this question? Mama doma. Mama doma. As you can see, doma here is the adverb of location, at home. Mother is at home. The second question is где доска? Где доска? Where is the blackboard? Доска справа. Доска справа. The blackboard is on the right. Again, this справа is an adverb of location. Let us move on to the third interrogative sentence that I have written here is где работает ваш папа? Где работает ваш папа? Where does your father work? Работать is to work. Where does your father work? And how do you answer this question? Мой папа работает на заводе. Мой папа работает на заводе. My father works at a factory. So, here you can see I have used this noun zavod after this preposition na, which is either at or on. The next interrogative sentence I have written is где гуляет сестра? Где гуляет сестра? Where does sister take a walk, or where does sister walk? And the answer is сестра гуляет в парке. Сестра гуляет в парке. Sister is walking, or sister takes a walk in the park. В парке. So, in these two sentences, we have used adverbs of location, and in the last two sentences, I have used nouns after these two pronouns na and va, and these two prepositions denotes what? Location. So, how do we denote a location? We denote location by using a noun after either va or na in the locative case or prepositional case. So, prepositional case is our next topic. The locative case of nouns are used after certain prepositions like va, na and some other prepositions which will be described later on. So, let us see how a noun changes its form in the locative case or prepositional case. For example, if a noun comes after va or na, which are prepositions to denote the location, what happens? I have written here masculine noun stole. So, what happens when stole is used after preposition va or na? We add ye after stole. So, it becomes stalye, na stalye or vastalye. That will do later on. The next ending is ikrat ke ending or the soft consonant ending. Again, within the masculine nouns, there are certain nouns with ikrat ke ending. So, what happens when a noun has ikrat ke at the end? Ikrat ke is replaced with ye. So, muzyei will be muzyei in the locative case or prepositional case. Slavar, slavar, soft consonant ending or soft sign ending word. So, what happens when we have a masculine noun with soft sign ending? Again, what we do is soft sign is replaced with ye, soft vowel ye. So, slavar will be slavarye. Next is we have feminine nouns. So, how do we change the feminine nouns in the prepositional case? For example, let us take the first ending of the feminine noun, which is a, hard vowel a ending nouns. Karta, karta is map. So, how do you change karta in the prepositional case? So, a has to be replaced with ye. So, karta will be karche. Let us take the another ending, which is ya ending. Ya is a soft vowel. So, kuchnia, kuchnia is kitchen. So, how do we change kuchnia in the prepositional case? Ya has to be replaced with ye, soft vowel ye, kuchnie. The next ending in the feminine gender nouns is iya ending, auditoria, auditoria, auditorium. So, how do we change auditoria in the prepositional case? Iya has to be replaced with e and e, double e. This you have to memorize. Iya has to be replaced with e and e. So, auditoria in the prepositional case will be used as auditori. The next ending and the last ending within the feminine nouns are soft sign ending nouns like Chitraj, and I had already told you that soft sign ending nouns can be either masculine or feminine, and you have to memorize all the nouns with soft sign ending, whether they are masculine or feminine. So, Chitraj is one such noun with soft sign ending which is feminine. So, how will you change Chitraj in the prepositional case? Soft sign has to be replaced with e. This is unlike masculine nouns where we have replaced soft sign with ye. So, soft sign will be replaced with e. So, Chitraj, Chitraji. So, let us repeat them once again. Stol, Stalye, we are adding ye. Muzyei, Muzyei, we are replacing e kratke with ye. Slavar, we are replacing soft sign with ye, slavarye. Karta, a is replaced with ye, karche. Kuchnia, kitchen, ya is replaced with ye, kuchne. Auditoria, iya is replaced with ee, auditori. Chitraj, soft sign is replaced with e, Chitraji. So, let us move on to the neuter gender nouns. How do they change in the prepositional case? So, how do we change a neuter gender noun if we are using that noun in the prepositional case? I have written here 3 nouns with different endings, and all these nouns are neuter gender nouns. So, the first word is neuter gender noun akno. The noun ends with o, hard vowel o. So, what happens is in the prepositional case o is replaced with ye. So, akno will be akne. The second ending of neuter gender nouns are ye ending words. So, what happens when we have to use ye ending neuter gender noun in the prepositional case? Will not change anything. Ye is basically replaced with ye. So, there is no change in the spelling. So, more will be more only. And the last ending of neuter gender nouns are ye ending, like pridlashenie, pridlashenie sentence. So, how do we change the form of pridlashenie when we are using it in the prepositional case? Ea has to be replaced with e and e, like we did with iya ending in the feminine gender nouns. So, pridlashenie, pridlasheni, pridlashenie, pridlasheni. Akno, akne, more, more, no change, and pridlashenie, pridlasheni. So, that is all about how nouns decline in the prepositional case. So, I will conclude this lesson with a text. The text is titled Now Roke. At a class or lesson, मी сейчас ना उरोके, сейчас is now. Now we are in a class. Мы сейчас на уроке. Преподаватель спрашивает, а Ramesh отвечает. Преподаватель, teacher. Teacher is asking questions and Ramesh is replying to those questions. Где вы живете? Where do you live? Я живу в общежитии. Я живу в общежитии. I live in a hostel. Где находится ваше общежитие? Где находится ваше общежитие? Оно находится на юге Дели. Оно находится на юге Дели. So where does your hostel situated at? Where is your hostel situated or located? Оно находится на юге Delhi. It is located in the south of Delhi or in the South Delhi. А где живут ваши родители? А где живут ваши родители? And where do your parents live? Они живут в городе Канпур. Они живут в городе Канпур. They live in a city called Kanpur. В каком штате находится Канпур? В каком штате находится Канпур? Kanpur is located in which state or which state Kanpur is located in? Kanpur находится в штате Uttar Pradesh. Kanpur находится в штате Uttar Pradesh. Kanpur is located in the state called Uttar Pradesh. Кто ваш папа? Кто ваш папа? Мой папа геолог. Who is your father? My father is a geologist. А как его зовут? Его зовут Rakesh Garg. And what's his name? His name is Rakesh Garg. Где он работает? Где он работает? Where does he work? Он работает в университете. Он работает в университете. He works in a university. He works at a university. Спасибо. До свидания. Thank you. Goodbye. So I'll read out the text once again. На уроке. Мы сейчас на уроке. Преподаватель спрашивает, а Рамеш отвечает. Где вы живете? Я живу в общежитии. Где находится ваше общежитие? Оно находится на юге Дели. А где живут ваши родители? Где живут ваши родители? Они живут в городе Канпур. Они живут в городе Канпур. В каком штате находится Канпур? В каком штате находится Канпур? Канпур находится в штате Уттар-Прадеш. Кто ваш папа? Мой папа геолог. Мой папа геолог. Как его зовут? Его зовут Ракеш Гарг. Где он работает? Он работает в университете. Спасибо. До свидания.